I'm up on a Dewey in North Wales called Bron-banog, and I'm here with Graham Jackson on the left and John Barnard. There's John waving. And we've got the, I'll just pan down a little bit. This is the Leica 530 differential GPS system that John and Graham have. And we're surveying a Dewey. Now, we've been up here, haven't we, guys, for about 2 hours so far?
Something like that.
Yeah, it feels like about 10.
Now, where the 2 metre pole extends up within the tripod, it goes up to an antennae dish up there, and directly behind that is another summit with a large mast on top that John's now looking back onto. Now, of course, this hill on Ordnance Survey maps, it's the two summits are given the same height.
Two spot heights, each 502 metres.
So, of course, the Dewey status is it hills in England and Wales and Isle of Man?
Over 500 metres, yes.
And that's
and less than 2,000 feet as well.
So it's between 500 metres and 69.6 metres, isn't it?
That's right, yeah. Yep.
So the purposes of coming up here with the surveying equipment today, it's twofold, really, isn't it?
Yes.
First of all, it's got a double summit.
Yep. So is it this one? Or is it that one?
Well, we've almost worked that one out at the moment, haven't we, John?
I looked at this about a year ago with an ABNY level, and I came to the conclusion after walking backwards and forwards to that one several times that this one was probably half a metre to a metre higher. And in fact, we've had the levels out this morning, looking across backwards and forwards. Then we started to check the heights. This one is actually about 0.5 metres higher over there. So this is the higher point.
So this is the higher summit, and of course, to a degree, I suppose that's a good outcome, isn't it? Because out of the two, you've got buildings, barbed wire fences, pylons, masts, and telegraph poles, everything on the other summit. So this is probably the better of the two hill summits. So that's good. But again, it's twofold. First of all, to ascertain which of the twin top summits on the OS map is the actual highest. So we've done that. Well, of course, the second reason, and it's the reason why we've got the GPS equipment here, Graham, is...
Well, besides having a great time, what we also want to do is a line survey between the two, which we've now done. So we've established this is just over half a metre higher. We're going to put the GPS on this one, which we're doing now, collecting data for an hour or so. We're then going to take it over to that one and collect data on there, and so we'll get two height measurements, and we can get a height difference and compare that with the height difference we've measured by 11th staff.
And of course, at 502 metres, the coloured spot height on the map is beige. Now, they have a margin of error, don't they?
The margin of error of a spot height is plus minus 3 metres.
So there's an outside chance that this hill at 502 metres could actually be less than 500 metres?
There is a finite chance. At 502, it's most likely to stay over 500 metres. But as we well know from examples in the past, it could just find itself below 500, in which case, of course,
and of course, the data that you collect today, we've been up here for it's about 45, is it 50 minutes collecting data so far?
Yeah, an hour coming up.
Yeah.
Minutes, yeah.
So we're going to collect an hour's worth of data, and then take the equipment over towards the mast, set it up below just in case there's interference from the mast with the GPS antennae. Probably collect another at least half an hour's worth, if not another hour.
Yeah.
And then we'll line survey from the point that it's been set up below the mast up to the highest point within the compound to get the vertical height difference.
Yes.
And then that data, of course, we won't know the actual result today, will we?
No, we'll have to take it back and post-process it, get the dongle we hire from Leica, and then put it through the GeoOffice software to get the accurate results. Yeah.
So it's going to be, a week, a couple of weeks,
Couple of weeks, well, I think we're going to plan for 2 weeks' time. Yes.
Yeah, because we've got one or two sort of surveys in the past, haven't we, that we've done that we haven't processed yet.
Baystones in the Lake District is one that we've collected data. Was it September?
Yeah, it was.
Still not processed that, so that'll be processed in a couple of weeks' time.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
they've been outstanding for quite a while now, so we need to get them out of the way, get them at the yard. The other thing we'll do, Merlin, as well, is we will set the GPS up underneath the mast, and that will give us a check on whether there's likely to be any interference or not when
Yeah.
we process the two sets of data.
Yeah, so who knows? You know, when this is
Yeah, lots of good things coming out of this.
Yeah.
when this is processed, we've obviously worked out which is the higher of the twin summits. So you'll have accurate readings once the data gathered is processed of what the true absolute height of each summit is,
Yes, we will.
whether it retains its Dewey status or whether it becomes a deleted Dewey. And also, of course, with it's approximately, because of the line survey we've already conducted, is it about 0.6 of a metre difference between this summit and the other?
0.5.
It's just over 0.5 a metre, yeah.
Yeah. Well, there may be a chance there that there's going to be a map alteration for one of the summits.
It is conceivable.
Could be, yes.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
conceivable.
depends where it comes in the decimal point, yeah.
Yeah, but of course we won't know that until the data is processed and we have the final accurate result. Well, guys,
The point is too, we've got this point, if you look behind you, Merton, there's a cairn, quite a substantial cairn, which clearly is not the summit of this hill. We're about 0.4 metres higher than the base of that cairn.
so there's the cairn now in the
That's what, 15 metres away?
yeah.
10 metres away?
There's the cairn in the centre of the picture, and of course this summit, which proves to be the higher of the twin top summits, it actually has about 3 high points to it, doesn't it? And again, we've spent half an hour or so here prodding around, trying to find out the highest point which we have. And you always have to do that, don't you? You can't just automatically go to one and
Very
yeah.
rarely can you just walk up and find a summit. You need to, as you say, prod around and locate the absolute
Particularly when
highest
you've got spongy ground.
well, we dug real deep into. If I just show people how far into the heather that we've gone here, and we've put it on top of a little small rock, so it's very
we've got a
stable.
firm base there. But that's heather root. It's not soil that we're digging down into. That's heather roots.
Yeah.
It just shows you how spongy the top is.
And here's the keypad with all the various little buttons, and that's the keypad viewer. So many thanks. I'm not too sure if there's anything else that needs to be sort of said about this this little Dewey at the moment, is there?
No, except that I'm now going to get my sandwiches out. Starving.
Well, thanks for your time, and I know that the proposal is to set up a site on YouTube, isn't there? A channel to post various clips concerning individual surveys that we do.
Yeah,
so
I have heard said, yes.
somebody's pushing you in that direction. I don't know who, but.
Arm twisting going on.
So who knows? In 2 or 3 months, this one may actually appear on there. So, but for the moment, many thanks for your time, John and Graham. Cheers.
Thanks, Merlin.
Okay, so we've surveyed the hill and now we've got the results. Now the question was on the Ordnance Survey map, the hill has 2 summit positions, both at 502 metres. And what we've established is that the summit, the southeast summit, which has the transmitting towers, has a height of 501.32 metres. The other summit to the northwest has a height of 501.82 metres, so is the higher of the 2 summits. And so that confirms, being over 500 metres, that the Dewey status remains.